Where's your boy at? Where's your boy at? Where's your boy at?
But Jayden Daniels, I watched that game. I was like, wow. Yeah, no, Caleb Williams now. Now we got Caleb Williams, baby.
Caleb Williams had as many touchdowns today as Jayden Daniels had all season. What are we talking about, man?
Kill anyone. Jayden Daniels. Jayden who?
The 30-yard line. Now you can step into it. Here comes the Hail Mary with the game on the line. And the ball is caught! Caught! It's a miracle! It's Noah Brown! Oh my goodness! This town is going crazy!
Chicago Bears! What happened? YouTube, what's going on? It's your man Juan Gotti here. We have the Washington Commanders post-game video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the post-game video as the Washington Commanders improved to 6-2 in a dramatic fashion as on a last-second Hail Mary. The Washington Commanders walk it off. JD5, King 5. My man, you hear me, Slim? You see my man, though, after the throw, he turns to the sideline, start popping his trash. Bruh, if you don't believe in miracles, one, if you don't believe that this franchise being cursed is uplifted, I hope this has done it for you. I don't know what it's going to take if you don't believe after today. Because when do we ever be on the right side of these? We're always the team on the opposite side of these, the losing side of these. But we're now the team that's on the right side of it. This video was going to be dramatically different if we lost this game for obvious reasons. Because if we're being for real and if we keeping it 100, this game was disappointing as crap. I was pulling my hair out. Very frustrating game. Because if you ask me, and probably 90% of the Washington Commanders fan base, this game should not have been closed. This game should not have been close. We should have blown them out by 28 points, if you ask me. It should have been 28-0 going into the halftime. Before we get any further, I want to ask you guys to do me a favor. Call into the Command Extra Post Game Show 240-303-2936 to be featured in the upcoming video where I'm listening to you guys call in about your reactions to the last game. And it got to be booming tonight. It don't be booming no other night. Y'all don't call no other time. So hopefully y'all call tonight. 240-303-2936. Man, what a game, bruh. Like, the Washington Commanders, in my opinion, they were frustrating today. Defensively, we were good. Jonathan Allen, in my opinion, is sayonara, buddy, because whatever it is with you, we do not play like this when you're out there. So maybe we need to get rid of you in the offseason. You're already dealing with the injury. You're older and you don't contribute how you used to. But, man, a nice day for the young fellas. Johnny Newton, what a day. Getting the sack early on, then recovering the fumble, men in the backfield all day. For Darian Mathis also making plays today. Man, the two young fellas that we've been hoping to see something from has finally showed up today. They were great in a major way. Defensively, we were all over Caleb Williams. We were making his day miserable. And can I say this, please? Can I please say this? Caleb Williams is trash. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say he isn't going to be good next season or season 3. But right now, Caleb Williams is trash. I don't care about the Houdini aspect of his game because that's all he has. Houdini aspects. Only time he makes good throws and good plays is when he's on the run, running to his right, running to his left, running in circles, and then somehow just make something happen off script. But as a pure quarterback, as a pure pocket passer, as an intelligent student of the game, he's not that. He's just looking for highlights, bro. He's a highlight walking fiend, bro. He wants to be on max preps, bro. He doesn't care to be NFL quarterback, if you ask me, at this current state of his career. Then you go on the flip side of Jayden Daniels. Jayden Daniels, even with the rib injury, still dialed in, still making plays. I honestly would tell you, if we would have lost this game, we would have been on everybody but Jayden Daniels, okay? Because it was drop passes, Noah Brown, Zach Ertz drop touchdown. But in my opinion, I guess you could say it was incomplete, but that was a touchdown. The refs were horrible today, constantly calling penalties on us. Wiped away a Alameda Zacchaeus touchdown. It was just all around just not a good game for the Washington Commanders. And it was disappointing, not to say the least, because we had so many opportunities. We were getting in the red zone like it was nothing. We have no issue with moving the ball whatsoever. My issues come when we get into the red zone. Red zone is where we lack the most. And I really don't know what it is at this point. I don't know if it can get better. I think this may just who we are. We have to score with outside of the red zone, because if we get into the red zone, we're no good. We're no good. Like, we cannot get in the box when we're in the red zone for whatever reason. Other than that, man, the offense, we weren't able to really run the ball all too well today, outside of a couple good runs early on by Brian Robinson. But overall, offensively, we struggled. I really can't put my finger on it because I'm still so high on the ending. But offensively, we struggled, man. Receivers dropping passes, offensive linemen getting injured, getting penalty flags, illegal man downfield, holding this, false start that. And I ain't gonna lie, that false start was not on Trent Scott. Can we all agree that false start was on the ref? Because he's gonna stand in the middle and then he gonna say he probably said hold up, and then my man Trent Scott got called for a false start. That wasn't on him. I will also say that I hate burning two second half timeouts. And not only did we do it one time, but we did it twice in today's game. Where we burned 2 second half timeouts. Now, on one of them, I will say Jayden Daniels. That just goes to show you how intelligent he is as a quarterback. That goes to show you how ahead of the game he is, or ahead of the years that his numbers say. Because he recognized immediately that we were sending out the wrong personnel, and he called a timeout. The only time that I feel like a timeout is good in the second half is if you calling a timeout leads to you scoring touchdowns, or scoring a touchdown. If you score a touchdown off of that after calling a timeout, then I could be like, okay, cool. But we didn't. And as you're saying, late, the timeouts that we called earlier in the second half came to bite us in the butt, because we not only couldn't score, but we couldn't stop the clock really much of nothing. We just allowed Chicago to go down the field. And then, you talk about defensively. Late in that game, on that 4th and 3, Benjamin St. Juste, bro. Oh my God. Benjamin St. Juste does what St. Juste does at best when he's in those moments, and that's panic. I'm not going to say Keenan Allen didn't beat him. Obviously, he did. But he could have made a good play on the ball without holding. He could have made a good play on the ball without causing pass interference. The commentator, Jim Nance, Tony Romo, even said that ball didn't even look catchable. But he panicked, as he often do when he's in those situations. Draws the pass interference, puts him on the 1-yard line, then they go and score a touchdown. Instead, the Benjamin St. Juste turns his head, doesn't panic. The ball is probably uncatchable, or if it is, you can make a breakup pass on the ball, and the game is over from there. Instead, Washington allowed them to score. And then that's when we had the Hail Murray, the Merlin Miracle, the DMV Miracle, the Northwest Federal Credit Union Stadium Miracle, whatever you want to call it. They're going to come up with a cool nickname for whatever you want to call it. That's when it happened. And a lot of Bears fans I see want to cry about a holding call or missed holding penalty. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. The refs was calling some BS all game on us. That's one. And two, you supposed to know as a football player, anytime a Hail Murray is thrown in your direction, you never supposed to bat it up in the air. You supposed to bat that thing down. You supposed to try to get the ball down out of the air in any means necessary, but you decided to tip it up in the air, and my man Noah Brown was just Johnny on the spot. Simple as that. Johnny on the spot. Noah Brown was. And it's for me, it's crazy, because I just know in years past we would have never been lucky like this. We would have never been able to get anything like this. We would have lost. We would have been coming on here miserable, sad, and upset because Washington lost. And in the fashion that they would have lost, I would have been on this jump screaming and raging right now because it was very frustrating. The way we dominated this game offensively in the early showings, we should have had way more points to show for it. Jayden Daniels, 21 for 38, 326, 1 touchdown. Brian Robinson, 16 carries for 65 yards. Terry McLaurin, 5 receptions for 125. That's another 100 plus game for Terry McLaurin. And that just honestly was a big chunk of that was when he had the deep bomb to Terry. And it's just like, man, that play is so beautiful. But I just wish Terry had breakaway speed or he could break off a tackle to get into the end zone. Because at that point, Terry would have like 8-9 touchdowns this season. That's what it's really feeling like. I do want to say shout out to Austin Cyber because if we would have won this game prior to this touchdown, it would have been because of him, because he was the only guy that was out there showing up, and he did get a field goal block, but it wasn't on him as if he just pulled it left or right. It was blocked, and that's on a protection up front, if you ask me. But Cyber was really good today, hitting all his field goals for the most part, and he was going to be a big reason as to why we won this game. Jayden Daniels, 8 carries for 52 yards, so he also had a decent day on the ground, and he had a nice play where he did a little in-and-out juke, and he got the first down. His legs are so important to this game and to our team. He looked good. At times, you could say maybe the rib was affecting him on some throws where he short hopped some throws to Zach Ertz across the middle of the field. But other than that, he looked like himself. The offense, for the most part, outside of the red zone, looked like we were running into what we normally do. I will say this, on the kick return that Austin Eckler had with like 25 seconds left, I was a little upset with Austin Eckler because I'm like, why did you do that? You just wasted about 6 seconds to go nowhere or to go the same yardage that you would have went to if you would have just called a fair catch and kept the 5 seconds back on the clock. But it for me, it's amazing that we're finally the team that is receiving the good juju, man. I will say about another defensive player today that played well. I will say Bobby Wagner, the OG, the Hall of Famer, playing well today, bro. Calling out the defense, just getting there, making tackles in the back. For DeAndre Swift did go for 129, but a lot of that was due to his big run down the sideline. Early on, we were able to pretty much bottle up anything offensively that the Bears had to offer. They really didn't have much to say early on, but after a while they did start being able to run the ball. But again, it wasn't enough to beat the Washington Commanders. I will say, again, Caleb Williams, in my opinion, bro, there's no way a Bears fan can have a conversation with me about Caleb Williams anymore because Jayden Daniels is clearly the better quarterback. He's clearly the best quarterback in this draft. So it ain't no back and forth comparisons. Jayden Daniels, 21 for 38, 326, 1 touchdown. Caleb Williams, 10 for 24, 131, 0 touchdowns, 0 pick and 1 fumble. They wanted to talk about how he flipped a switch in the second half, and I was just like, what switch did he flip? What switch did he flip besides handing the ball off? You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing himself that was just like game changing, bro. Caleb Williams he's not it right now. Can he become that? Probably if he devotes himself to it. But as of right now, he ain't on Jayden Daniels level. And this ain't even me trying to like beef with the Bears or try to say my guy's better than your guy. This is just an NFL honest take, y'all. Jayden Daniels is on a different level than Caleb Williams is, and Caleb Williams quietly isn't there. If you want me to be true with you, let me see what else are some things that happened in this game. Olamide Zaccheaus had a fumble. Oz got to be careful, with holding those kick returns, man. He can't be fumbling things like that, man. You fumbling the prize, the joy, and the possession of the game, and that's the football, the pigskin. You can't ever do that. You're supposed to hold on to it like your life depended on it. You had the Tress Wade beautiful punt that put him inside the 2. I will say too many times today we faced 3rd and short and we weren't able to convert. I feel like we got too cute on sometimes. It was a bootleg. They got blown up on JD by Montez Sweat. It was one time where we passed the ball It was one time where we ran the ball and got stuffed, and then we still kind of played a little bit scared in a sense, in my opinion. We didn't go for it. We didn't have that same aggressive nature at times tonight, where we were at midfield. It was like 4th and inches, and we decided to punt. I really didn't necessarily agree with that, and I know this sounds crazy, but when it was like a minute and like some change left, Washington was getting ready to punt from like their own 15 or something like that, and I was in the mindset of like, why are we punting? Why not go for it? And that's honestly how I was feeling at the time, because I'm like, look, if you give them a long field, they go down and actually score, it's not gonna be much time left. However, if you go for it, you have a chance to either end the game, have a chance to extend the game, get a touchdown, or you have the opportunity to, turn it over on downs. But at least they're in the red zone, so they can't really take out much clock. But again, that's just what my thought was. I could be wrong, and I'm glad we did it the right way. But that was just my thought about that. That when we were backed up inside our own territory. And what a game from the Washington Commanders. Shout out to the Chicago Bears. I'm a class act, man. I know y'all been popping y'all trash all week long and saying big stuff about us and this and that and the third, but I'm gonna keep it classy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hats off to y'all. Hopefully y'all, get back on track, and hopefully y'all can get a win next week. But tonight just wasn't y'all night, man. Washington found a way to get a victory, and that's all it's about. Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest. Yeah, it wasn't the cleanness or cuteness video of the video, but we got the job done, and it's time to move on to the New York Giants after celebrating this victory for the next couple of days. The Washington Commanders are sitting at the top of the NFC East at 6-2 after a thrilling Hail Mary victory over the Chicago Bears. As always, me and boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload videos like this to the channel. Don't forget to call 240-303-2936 to be featured in the upcoming video. See y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.